I was helping Jeremy and his dad because I'm gonna bring him up in a little bit, but I was helping him out with this adverse possession thing because the county clerks over there, they've been giving them problems for like the last 2 months or so, just trying to get paperwork filed. And so today they called me earlier, and then I was doing my research because like, all right, I'm about to get to the bottom of this because they called me before and we could never find something that would stick. But so let me show you real quick. So right now I'm on law.justia.com, right? If we click on Title 23, 2023, not Title 2023, but the 2023 Pennsylvania statutes, this is what it's going to list. And like I said, it's not going to be a long live, so I'm just going to like cut to the chase. But I noticed that Title 19 is missing and Title 21 is missing. I looked for Title 19, that wasn't what I needed. I looked for Title 21, however, and this is what I need to find. And so we're going to be reading about the affidavits because y'all know whenever you get the ebook, it comes with the affidavit of adverse possession that you need to file, right? Well, they're hiding this in Pennsylvania, and let's read why. So 21 Pennsylvania statute section 452, contents of affidavit. The affidavit herein provided for may relate to the following matters: age, sex, birth, death, blah, 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 marital status, possession, or what is this? Adverse possession. And so now they're giving them a runaround when they know that they're supposed to be filing these affidavit adverse possession, and even the notice of claim. That's what they're trying to file, but they're supposed to be following that too because it all it all pertains to possession, residence, adverse possession. It's all the same thing. Because like let's look at the Oklahoma one, right? The Oklahoma statute, it's easy to find like this one. They don't hide it. So it's pretty much the same thing, right? Conveyances, matters to which affidavits may relate. This one says contents of affidavit. The affidavit may relate to the following matters. Look at the same stuff: age, sex, birth, death, relationship. Same thing, right? But in Oklahoma, it only says possession. It doesn't say adverse possession. So they hide the adverse possession in Oklahoma. Whereas in Pennsylvania, they say possession or adverse possession. And so this is very like, I'm still blown away because it's like, yo, these people, because it always gives me more, what's the word I'm looking for? Validation. Yeah, it gives me more validation that this is legitimate, even though I didn't need any more. But as far as like studying and helping people in different states, I'm always learning something new because I know what to look for now. And so like I said, they're hiding this crap. And this one right here is this right there. So it says the contents of the affidavit. This adverse possession affidavit is supposed to be filed. This is what the county recorders are supposed to be filed. And then where's the next one? And so this is the requirements of the affidavit certification index. I'm not going to read all this because it's pretty much saying what this previous affidavit, this is saying how it's supposed to be filed, right? It says the recorder shall index the affidavit in the name of such record owner in both grantor and grantee indexes. So all that is saying, like, they're supposed to record these affidavits in the same manner that they record mortgages. So now whenever somebody looks up the property, it's supposed to list you as the grantor and grantees just based off your affidavit of adverse possession. And again, if we go to law.justia, that Title 21 doesn't appear here. You go down, it still doesn't go, you can't find it. These are different acts. There's not, it's not the titles. The website I'm using, I found it on Case Text, but I had to do a different search and it gave me the link to this. So that's another one. Where's the other statute? 451. Recording of affidavits, admissibility into evidence. Now, since we know, well, if you didn't know, all your what's it called? Adverse possession statutes are going to be under your civil statutes, right? So now we have proof that we're trying to act civilly as far as when we record our affidavits. An affidavit stating facts relating to the matters herein named, which may affect the title to real estate in this Commonwealth, made by any person having personal knowledge of the facts and competent to testify concerning them in an open court, may be recorded in the office of the Recorder of Deeds or Commissioner of Records in the county in which such real estate is situated. And when so recorded, such affidavit or certified copy thereof shall be admissible evidence of the facts therein stated. So now they can't say that, we're doing anything criminal because we're putting it on record. Insofar as the title to real estate and blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to find the other thing that I found as well. Oh, this is a little sidebar. I didn't know there is a such thing as unregistered deeds, right? Where is that case? Gosh damn it. Color of title. So I found this old file talking about color of titles. Look. And it says right here, and first, an unregistered deed is sufficient to constitute color of title. Now, I don't want y'all to take that and, start going to do crazy stuff with it. But, if you're in a state that has color of title statutes, that means you don't have to follow the full, let's say, state was 30 years. And if you have color of title, well, now it goes down to 7 years. But again, this is talking about an unregistered deed. I never knew anything about unregistered deeds, but it makes sense because, we don't have to register our stuff. But, they tried to put the pressure on us and make us believe that we have to register all our stuff, which we don't. And so an unregistered deed is sufficient to constitute color of title. And what is color of title? Let me read all this. Hold on. This isn't it. Some of y'all go get it, some of y'all not. But this is crazy. This is why I always tell people, you got to go look up your statutes. Oh, because one thing, as it pertains to adverse possession, statutes relating to the acquisition of title by adverse possession are constitutional. So it's no wonder why they're hiding this shit. Which bluntly states, and again, this is in Pennsylvania. The affidavit herein provided for may relate to the following matters: adverse possession. And so, what's another state? The Georgia. So Georgia statute, right? It says bluntly, section 44-5-161, adverse possession, effect of permission possession. In order for adverse possession to be the foundation of prescriptive title, it must be the right of the possessor and not of another, must not have originated in fraud, except as provided for in section blah, 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 must be public, continuous, exclusive, uninterrupted, and peaceable, and must be accompanied by a claim of right. Permissive possession cannot be the foundation of prescription until an adverse claim and actual notice to the other party. So you can't have permission. But this is something that I'm going to do another day because it's, a lot of people have been worried about the so-called squatters' right legislation that's been passed. But I'm like, y'all have to read it because it's pertaining to squatting and not adverse possession. Because if it pertains to adverse possession, well, they would have repealed this statute. But they can't repeal adverse possession statutes. Why? Because they're constitutional. But you got to learn how to fight that. And again, that's a lie for another day. I already did it before. Where was I before I went back to Georgia? Where was I? Because I lost my train of thought. That was just a little side note. No, color of title. That's where I was. Color of title. Color of title is that which appears to pass title, but for some reason fails to do so. A number of jurisdictions require color of title to be some written instrument. So, I would even go as far as to say that the affidavit of adverse possession is color of title. But for the most part, they want to talk about deeds and stuff like that. That's what they're used to. I don't think too many people are filing affidavit adverse possession as color of title or bringing up that argument. It's an argument that I would bring up because, as I just showed you, it kind of they record you as the owner just based off your affidavit. So for me, that's color of title. It can be a deed from one without the title to convey. So let's say if you did an unregistered unregistered deed, that's a color of title. Or the means of conveyance may have been ineffective to pass title. It does provide real evidence of a claim of ownership. So if you put in your notice of claim, that's real evidence of a claim. The instrument or act relied on for color of title must purport to convey the property involved to the adverse possessor or his or her predecessor in title. What constitutes color of title is a question of law to be determined by the court based on the facts of the case, which is why I said you have to bring up the argument in the case. The instrument may be a void or voidable deed, a fraudulent deed, a forged instrument, a judicial sale, a contract of mortgage, a tax deed, a will, a patent, or an arbitrator's award. Possibly an oral sale or gift will constitute color of title. So color of title means a lot of different things. But it pretty much says what your claim is. Like a color of title is any instrument that's making a claim to a place. And, all these claims are based on presumption. So now, hold on, let me go back. So now I'm just going to do the class. So now I'm going to go back to Oklahoma law and statutes. Again, I didn't plan on doing all this. But I'm going to rebuttable presumptions. So whenever you record an affidavit, there's a rebuttable presumption. An affidavit covering matters in section 83 of this title, which I think I'm about to read. I'll read section 83. May be recorded in this office of the county clerk in the county in which the real property is situated. There shall be a rebuttable presumption that the facts stated in a recorded affidavit are true as they relate to real estate, its use, or its ownership. So now if there's a rebuttable presumption, that means that somebody has to rebut that presumption or it's going to stand as law. Now, if you're claiming abandoned property, you can create it. Okay, this is not legal advice, by the way, so don't take what I say and go run with it. But like I was saying, if you if you claim abandoned property, right, and you were to, let's say somebody created a deed, a colorable deed, that deed now stands as law until somebody creates it. Or if they put in an affidavit of adverse possession, that stands as law until somebody rebuts it. I think Title 83 is what I read earlier, but I can't find it. Yeah, this is what Title 83 is right here, what I read earlier. And so this is what that rebuttable presumption statute was talking about. So it's Title 82. So let's read it in order. An affidavit covering matters named in Section 83 of this title. So this is Section 83. May be recorded in the office of the county clerk in the county in which real property is situated. There shall be a rebuttable presumption that the facts stated in a recorded affidavit are true as they relate to real estate, its use, or its ownership. Yes, quitclaim deeds are color of title as well. Matters to which affidavit may relate. The affidavit may relate to the following matters. And I'm not going to read all that. We're just going to go to possession and residence. And if we go back to Pennsylvania, their one's is a lot more blunt. Possession or adverse possession. And for the people that joined in late, I'm going to save this live. But I pretty much explained how I was helping one of my friends and his dad in Pennsylvania. And they've been giving them the runaround for about 2 months as far as filing paperwork. And so I researched this today and I found it because, I went to Law.Justia, Title 21 isn't there. And so they're hiding some pertinent information and I found out why. Well, not just why, but, it's for me, it's a good indication of why they're hiding this stuff. Hey, Jeremy, if you still here, let me know. I'm about to invite you up. I don't know if he's still in here, but he joined earlier. Send an invite if he's still in here, Jeremy. Okay, there he is.
Put it up high so the people can hear this. Hey, Jalil, what's going on? All right. Jalil?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so you want to explain what's been going on for like the last couple months?
So we found this mansion. It's been abandoned for a long time. I rode by there about maybe for the past year, and I noticed that I never saw anybody there. So anyway, the adverse possession, my son hit me too. I said, you know what, that would be a nice place to grab. So I went by there many times, and the grass was growing up and all that stuff. I never see anybody there putting out trash, etc. Anyway, one day I went up there. I said, you know what, I would go in there, me and my cousin Bill. So we went up in there, and it was amazing how they let it go, but it was a phenomenal large place. So then I said, you know what, I might as well start, to get it.
Yeah.
So,
Start the
so
process of it. Yeah.
yeah, so I started doing the process and listening to your videos and everything. I said, you know what, we were to just take this place over. We did all the necessary stuff, finding out who owned it and all that kind of stuff. And we found out that the people were actually not around. So we started doing work in there. The outside, we cut down a couple of trees, and we've been out there for a while, for at least a month and a half. And we started cutting the grass, and we never see anybody. We got trash, a couple trash days. Trash truck came, we put trash out. So finally, we saw a neighbor, and the neighbor, I didn't mean to hold you so long. The neighbor saw us, and he called one of the people that they said they owned the place, and we wanted to meet him because I went to show him my paperwork and show him that, look, I got interest in the property, or that state I used to use,
Yeah.
and he talking about, well, what gave us the right, etc. Anyway, long story short, I told him to meet us there, and I'll show him my paperwork. So while I was talking to him, he stabbed up the tires on one of my trucks, because I had one of my trucks there. He stabbed 3 tires, stabbed up 3 tires, man. And talking about we didn't come get it, he was gonna have it towed out of here. So I didn't know that he did that. I'm talking to him on the phone civilly. Anyway, we get there, he didn't stab 3 tires. He's nowhere around. So I'm mad. I'm ready to beat. We're this guy. I want to beat the hell out of this cat.
Back.
Well, anyway, we wound up getting tires and all that stuff. Cost us money, about $700-800 to get tires. Anyway, we were mad as hell if he owned it, etc. We started to walk away, but then again, my son said, "Let me look into this a little more." Come to find out, this guy was trying to do some fraudulent paperwork on the estate to find out that his name is not on the damn thing anymore. Not the deed or the title.
Hold on, I'm gonna hold you real quick because I want the people in the chat, because you remember when y'all called me and I told you kind of a situation like that happened with me with my
right.
And so you can't just automatically assume that everybody's like being just and stuff like this with this process, because there are some people out there, realtors, real estate agents and investors and stuff like that. They're always trying to find the next deal. So you can't just, somebody pops up and be like, this is my property, and, you're scared and you just walk away. Don't do that. Challenge them, because that's what I had to do. The dude left a number and I told him, like, this is my property. I've been working on it for, over a couple months now since he left a note. And so he said he's going to get in touch with the real owner, and I haven't heard anything since. He never came back to the property or anything, because it's like like over here, like, you know, I keep telling people about these affidavits and stuff. It's like my business company is the record holder now. So you can look up online and it's going to have my business company as the legal owner. And that's
Correct.
important. And I keep telling people, like, don't just assume that somebody who says they own it is the owner. Because
Right.
going back to what I was reading about rebuttable presumption, somebody has to rebut it. And so
Exactly.
I rebut his presumption that he was the owner and he never came back. And that's what y'all going through as well. So continue.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we did was we wound up doing well. We did all the paperwork necessary. We searched and researched and everything, and we found out that the woman. It so happens that my son's aunt knew the lady who owned the place before.
Mm-hmm.
The likelihood of that happening, because I haven't heard from her in years, but she said that she knew her, but she had died about 5 or 6 years ago.
And so this, again, for the people in the chat, y'all say this is the mansion?
Yeah, Armani, we're going to send you some pictures of this place.
Okay.
It used to be a school, a boarding school,
No.
but it was like some kind of mansion years ago, turned into a school, turned into a few other things. A remarkable story about it, but it has like 10 rooms in it. It's over 800 square feet. Almost 800 square feet, and 8,000 square feet. I'm sorry, 8,000, not 800. And we were able to do something. I did some things in there to make it look, I even mapped out stuff I'll be doing in there.
Yeah.
But I was amazed at how this guy lied, because what we summed up was, if he didn't do nothing in that place in 7-8 years, he's not going to do anything, because the roof, he got some major situations with 2 parts of the roof.
Exactly.
That if that's not fixed, one of the 2 of the walls actually can collapse. So if nothing's done about that within the next couple months, it damn sure is going to collapse.
Mm-hmm. And that's what y'all working on.
Right, and they got some. It's a stone house. That's an awesome part. It's stone, and when when he sends you those pictures, you're gonna be like, whoa. And it sets back. The garage sets off the house in the back, and it had a fire in the garage. But I'm not worried about the garage right now. I can do that in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic place, and all your paperwork was correct, because when we went in these criminal places, and I want everybody who's listening to know, Philadelphia is the most criminal place on the planet. If you think
I don't know, is he still there? Did he cut out? Oh, he cut out. I'm gonna wait for him to join back in. But yeah, y'all, like it's real. And again, I showed y'all like how they're hiding this just in Pennsylvania. I'm not saying every state is hiding them, but if you don't see stuff pertaining to the affidavits being filed, you have to go search for them. And again, I'm going to leave this live up just to give proof to people. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the live right there. If you have any questions, just reach out to me and stuff like that. Man, if you haven't gotten the ebook already, you already know where to go get it. Link in my bio. But thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm going to save this live so y'all can go do some study on it. All right.